The story of Cain, the first murderer in human history, is one of the most well-known and, at the same time, one of the most intriguing in the Bible. The tale begins with a simple yet powerful act of jealousy and anger. Cain, the older son of Adam and Eve, saw that his younger brother, Abel, was favored by God. Both of them had made offerings to the Lord, Cain offering the best of his crops and Abel the best of his sheep. However, God favored Abel's offering more. How did Cain feel in that moment? Jealous? Frustrated? We aren't sure, but what we do know is that this anger consumed his heart, and in a violent impulse, he lured Abel to the fields and killed him. With Abel's death, the earth seemed to have lost something fundamental, something of immeasurable value. And looking at the scene, the only people left were Cain, his father Adam, and his mother Eve. But who else was there in the world? Who else could have witnessed this brutal act? And more importantly, who could stop him from committing more atrocities? The Lord in some way was present, but he seemed distant. He knew what Cain had done, and now it was time to give him a punishment. When God appeared before Cain, the sentence was severe and shrouded in mystery. He said, "Now you are cursed. The ground you once tilled, the earth that once yielded crops, will no longer give its fruits to you. You will be a wanderer, roaming the earth." Cain looked at God, devastated. How could this be so cruel? He, the firstborn of Adam and Eve, condemned to a life of eternal loneliness and exile. But there was more. God also made it clear that no one could kill him. This was an ironic twist. Anyone who kills you will suffer 7 times more. God then placed a mark on Cain. What kind of mark was this? Some say it was a symbol of protection so that no one would dare kill him. Others suggest that the mark was a reminder of his curse, a mark of guilt and shame that Cain would carry for the rest of his life. The strangest part is that the Bible doesn't give us many details about the nature of this mark. Would it become something everyone recognized, or would only Cain know the weight of his curse? The mystery remains. After his condemnation, Cain left for the land of Nod, located east of the Garden of Eden. There he settled, and contrary to what many might imagine, he did not die alone and forgotten. He found a wife, something that at first seems contradictory for someone so cursed. Together they had a son named Enoch. And Cain didn't stop there. He built a city, also called Enoch, marking the beginning of a new generation, a new lineage. But had he become something different after so many years of suffering and repentance? Or did he continue wandering, always on the margins of society, like a shadow of himself? As time went on, several theories emerged about Cain's fate. Some argue that he became an immortal, an eternal wanderer, who would never be able to die at the hands of another human being. His suffering would be endless, without end, until old age and disease consumed him. Others believe that Cain repented, and that his punishment was only a phase in which he had to live and learn to pay for the consequences of his sin. Perhaps, over time, God removed his mark, allowing him to live like any other mortal. But there are also those who believe that Cain still lives, walking the earth to this day, like an invisible figure to most, always lurking, carrying the weight of his history and curse. The most fascinating theory about this is that he could be someone like a wanderer, a homeless person, someone who could never prosper but still roams the world. After all, Cain's curse stated that the earth would no longer yield crops for him. Thus, he might find himself in a constant struggle for survival, always seeking something that he could never fully attain: food, shelter, security. On the other hand, there are those who believe that Cain does not live in eternal suffering, but rather in a state of power, dominance. With thousands of years of life, he could have become a powerful figure, someone with deep knowledge in warfare, psychology, or even ancient magic. He could be an unseen figure, manipulating world events without being recognized, with wisdom and cunning that no one else would have. And who knows, he might be the secret ruler of an invisible empire. But among all the theories, one of the most surprising comes from an ancient text called the Book of Jasher. According to this version, long after Cain had been exiled, he was fatally wounded by an accident. While out hunting with his son, Lamech, who was blind, he was accidentally shot. What is curious is that the Bible never told us whether Cain's mark made him immune to death. But this story suggests that he was indeed vulnerable, which contradicts some of the more popular ideas. There is also the possibility that Cain was consumed by his own curse, lost forever in the weight of his existence. Some believe that he died from a natural tragedy, like his house collapsing on him, an ironic twist since he had used a stone to kill his brother Abel. Cain's story is fascinating because it makes us reflect on what happens when someone carries such a heavy burden of guilt, vengeance, and regret. Did he keep wandering for eternity, as the Bible suggests, or did he find some form of redemption, some relief? Or did he become such an immortal figure that he might still be out there today, observing the world around him, a silent figure in the history of humanity? What do you think? Do you believe Cain still walks the earth like an invisible shadow? Or was he laid to rest somewhere in the pages of Genesis? Cain's fate remains a mystery that continues to intrigue us, making us question the nature of sin, justice, and God's mercy. Let us know what you think. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more episodes full of mysteries like this. Until next time.